Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what might be the greatest news show planet on the earth.
Hello there.
Not popular yet. I'm Lorenzo, like always. Today we also are joined by Adam.
Hello.
We're back together, and also we have John today.
Hey, everybody.
We got him here. We're super excited. OMG, it's here.
What?
Yeah, there we
what
go.
is it?
Cody.
Cody. Hi, Cody.
Yeah, what's up, guys? So here we are back at it with our monthly big show. And holy hell, we decided we're going to do these shows once a month, as we always talk about stuff, then we have to go talk about it the week later. So we made the deal saying, we'll do these once a month. We'll come back every month on the same date. Home of DCU. We got him. What's up, man? I think
Home of DCU. Good to him.
I don't want to say your name out, but he loves your Twitter, by the way. He's a big fan of what you post. You keep him updated. You keep all of us updated on DC. We're super happy to have everyone here.
Thank you. I appreciate all your news. I really do.
Yeah, we send people your stuff just so we can keep them updated on DC stuff, because it's like, oh, if we mess up, just follow this person's thing, to keep you updated. But these monthly shows, let's get back to that real quick. We said we're going to do these once a month now. Last month was pretty good. Seems like already this month is going to be good.
Yep.
As we waited a long time to do this show. I think we were going to do it Wednesday, and we backed it up one more day.
We were
Nice shirt. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You had to support Venom today.
And
John's got Team Godzilla, and
I just have
he got a red shirt.
a red shirt on.
So it's not that. But
don't worry.
I appreciate it. I'll be tuning in. Thank you so much. Anyway, so yesterday. Well, first let's talk about Sunday. Big game.
Yes.
Sunday
That was the most boring game I've ever watched in my life.
No,
that should not be repeated. That was
Wanna
probably
watch?
the worst football game in the
We
history.
wanted to turn it off. How did we not be able to turn it off? We had to find the SpongeBob one
Yeah,
at
we
this
watched
point.
the Nickelodeon version, which was so much better. All right, going forward.
Sweet victory.
Yeah, sweet victory.
Yeah.
So going forward, Nickelodeon, if it's ever on CBS,
We're never watching
Nickelodeon
that
should
again.
just do the Super Bowl. Yeah, just let Nickelodeon host the Super Bowl. They made it entirely fun. They made it insanely fun because we were laughing at the Nickelodeon stuff.
We were at the point where we were talking about we were going to put on the Simpsons movie after Usher.
The fourth quarter was lit. Yeah, it started getting lit after that, but it's every Super Bowl where they take their sweet ass time in the first
It was
2 quarters.
so staged. It was a staged game, I thought.
It was, Taylor Swift has to accept the proposal from Travis. I don't watch the game.
I'm not here.
We don't want to watch games because of celebrities.
I'm not here for Taylor. I was here to
Besides-
watch football.
Yeah.
Besides, we could have won.
Besides,
The Lions,
I think we would have wanted the Lions in that game anyway.
the Lions would have won if it wasn't for that one. If
it wasn't for that one ref that
Yeah.
really just screwed
But,
everything up. For Dan
that's not why we
Campbell.
watch the game. We're nerds. We're more cultured.
Oh yeah, there's only one reason why we were
But
watching
there's-
this game.
If there was anything that we watched from the Super Bowl, it's the trailer.
The trailers, the commercials sucked this year, by the way.
Oh, they were
That was a
awful.
letdown. But there was a bunch of trailers, bro. Raiders versus Lions next Super Bowl. Yeah, that's what we need.
That's
yeah,
what
that's
we're
what we
hoping.
wanted.
What did
Dan Campbell
Homer
said next
DC
year.
say? He said, "I'm a Bills fan, so I was just there for the."
Same.
We're Lions fans. We're from Michigan, so we have to. Everyone's there for the trailer if your team's not in it. That's the funny part.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
Listen, the only thing we were there on Sunday was for this Deadpool trailer.
Yeah,
that was
Deadpool
it.
trailer. I mean, that's
Deadpool
what
And they were
trailer.
going to turn it off.
Oh, there was a few other good
There
trailers.
were some other trailers.
There were, but we were waiting for the Deadpool
Yeah,
trailer mostly.
everyone was tuned in for that Deadpool. I like hockey.
Ah.
Okay, we got to get them all in here because they're all waiting.
Who?
So welcome to the stage, Jay and Blue.
Jane
What's going on?
Blue, yeah. Hello, you guys.
First of all,
Yeah.
Blue, what a beautiful poster, my friend. I applaud you so much.
Yeah, I love your cover,
with
dude.
Marvel Jesus.
You
I owe him kisses for it.
owe me lots of kisses. The
Okay.
chocolate ones, but I'm
Before-
okay with the other one.
So before the rest of Nerds Layer jumps in, so all right, so this is how it went. So I'm at work, and the X-Men trailer drops, and it's just coming to the point of what our original show was gonna be. We gotta now talk about this, and now we gotta talk about this, and then it was like, all right, we gotta call. I was like, all right, so I called Lorenzo this morning. I'm like, all right, X-Men trailer drops. It's like,
So here's how it happened originally. I'm still sleeping, right? Because I work on 2 days. So, like, I like to enjoy my sleep. And I'm getting ready for the show tonight. I'm sitting there dreaming about, we're going to have a wonderful conversation about Deadpool 3 and about Fantastic Four and also about Superman. Superman starts filming in DCU, if you're still there, when does Superman start? That's what everyone wants to know. They're having the tail next week, so that's another big thing. That's the other big thing too. But we'll talk about that maybe next week, and we'll get him on. I'll talk DCU. 'Cause I know
Yep.
So I'm still sleeping. I get a call from Adam. I'm like, hello? Dude, wake up. What? What is so important that you're calling me at like 9 in the morning? What is so important right now?
Halfway done my route.
Yeah, he's already halfway done with work. And I'm just 4 to 3 weeks they start filming. So that's the big one. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, so I'm sitting there on the phone. I'm like, oh, what do you want? I'm sleeping. He calls me every time something drops. And I'm always just sleeping in for some weird reason.
And he does that to me when I'm on my days off. It's funny. Or I
So
don't answer.
anyway, he's like, go check Instagram right now. I was like, all right, what happened? I see X-Men 97. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go.
I said we gotta change. I said we
Like,
gotta,
oh, damn it.
so we changed the show. I was like, okay, we got stuff coming on. She's a big Marvel fan. I'm like, all right. I was like, okay, we got to get Blue to make a new poster right away.
I literally texted him. I go, Culture Shock poster Jesus. I need you to do something for me right now.
So I can't applaud you enough for quickly making that poster. That was beautiful, but I love the Marvel Jesus, and God, we're gonna need him after what he saw yesterday. When I'm seeing Sunday, Madam Web,
is the biggest piece of shit.
I can't wait to see this all hell break.
Seeing it tonight.
You're seeing it tonight.
Listen,
I'm sorry to hear that.
there were people saying the Flash was bad.
Uh-huh.
Now that's just the bandwagon hate.
The
at this point.
Marvels. Let's compare it to the Marvels.
The Marvels is just ass. That movie is not good. I'm sorry. I hate that fucking movie. I don't think that movie is good. I don't think there's no redeeming qualities except for Kamala Khan.
No shit.
Everyone else just acts like they're like a cardboard cutout, and I'm like,
The one thing I asked Lorenzo when he came out of Madam Web was, is it better than Morbius? And he goes, Morbius is a little bit better one.
like a little bit better, and that's not even like a high enough bar. Listen, I've seen tweets. I've talked with people. These movies failing from Sony need to be studied. I don't get how you're so inconsistent. I get it. You want to keep film rights. That's fine. But put effort into making these fucking movies. Please, for the love of God.
Yeah,
I'm going
please.
to hang myself if Kraven the Hunter is bad. Please.
Watch, we all know the reason why we're all seeing Madam Web at this point. I mean, hey, she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. So let's get drunk.
So
Like in my tweet, I said after I saw Man Web, I said there's not enough alcohol to make me forget that damn movie. I mean, it's forgettable, but the stuff you see in it will make you question it. And it's not even comic book logic. It's a comic book movie. But there's some stuff where you start logically thinking during a comic book film. That is not good. If you get me thinking logically during a comic book film, you've messed up. That's when you know it's bad.
So yeah, and then there's no post-credit scene. That's the big. That's your big thing. I mean, really quick. I'm seeing it Sunday. I can't wait.
Sony Film Division.
Our
Terrorist.
I mean, hey, they hacked the Sony. They hacked Sony a long time ago. We don't know who took control of Sony. We really don't.
Again, there's not enough alcohol in the world, and he knows my Morbius story.
He came home. He came to my house crying.
I came to his house crying. Like, I was already like a good so I had probably like, this is an Arizona bottle, but I had an alcohol at our theater, probably a little bit bigger, and it had the strongest alcohol in it. I drank it in the first 10 minutes of Morbius and then passed out, and I never do that during a movie. That's how bored I was.
Lorenzo came over, cried on the floor. My dog had to comfort him. Kyle's in a corner.
I was like just laying in the corners, drunk like this.
And I'm just
like, what did we just watch?
And I'm just laughing. I go, that bad, huh?
Then he goes to see it. He goes, I understand.
So I can't wait to see Madam Web. I can't wait to walk out. Possibly, if I'm bored, I'm gonna be walking out. Like, whatever. It is what it is.
I haven't felt this way ever since I saw Captain Marvel and Eternals. Those two were the only movies I can ever recall where I actually fell asleep during the premiere.
Twice. I don't know how that was possible.
I couldn't
I can.
even.
Bored.
Not even Coke. Not even freaking Coke could keep me up for this.
I mean, I was bored. So,
Well, you also worked a really long day too.
I
But
do.
you know, whenever we get like early screening tickets, I'm always like, all right, we gotta act like we actually like are professional a little bit and have respect for these movies. Not even like 5 minutes in, I look over and I just see Adam going, and I'm just like, oh, we're not coming back to another one.
It was like in Dark Knight where Lau is talking and he's like, I speak, and Morgan Freeman goes, I speak for the board and Mr. Wayne.
The doctor couldn't handle it.
Doctor could not handle it.
That's the same question I have. Oh, everyone wants to know what kind of Coke. You mean like cocaine or like Coca-Cola?
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
The real Coke. The Mexican Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, not cocaine. I'm not a drug person.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, everyone.
Listen,
But-
I like
drink
I
Coke.
take that back. If you watch a Sony film, you can go do
the
something.
Mexican.
That's
I enjoyed the Mexican Coca-Cola.
or
Yeah.
Coke Zero.
Coke
Or
Zero
Coke.
works too.
Or Coke Zero.
Listen, any Sony Marvel film, you could go do a line of cocaine and be fine.
Just don't end up like the cocaine that happened to be dropped from a huge helicopter fed to a gigantic bear, who
That
literally
movie
went
is
into bad shit
beautiful.
in screen.
That movie, Cocaine Bear, was hilarious. We watched
I agree.
that. Didn't we go see that?
Mhm.
We were laughing our ass off.
So was I. I saw it with my dad, and
Uh-oh.
he just left her. What?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
Huh?
we might have to go to our first topic of the night. I saw she joined. Let's give a nice warm round of applause. Welcome to Mrs. Steph Cosplay here. The least biggest X-Men fan after Blue. She's here and she's waiting. She's laughing. I see her laughing. Miss Steph Cosplay's welcome. We know you're crying today. Oh,
Hey.
Well,
Hey.
What
Rose
is up?
Rose.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. How you doing yourself?
I'm hungry.
Oh,
Hungry.
Great.
That's fair.
Get some
Well,
food. Flip the
I have
belly.
food. I have food right here. It's a
Spaghetti.
pasta. Yeah.
I mean, that's
I
I can already hear Blue and Cody going, well. I'm gonna see
Like
it
a
in the
moth
chat.
to a
That's
flame.
Lorenzo's favorite
Like a
food.
moth to a flame.
Yeah, I gotta have that tomorrow because I can't eat meat tomorrow. But that's another
Dude, I had
Actually, what's even better is that my cousin from Italy, who's here for like 3 months, made this. So
Cody goes, "I cook the pizza.
like a moth to a flame.
The pizza. Yahoo!
Anyway. Let's get into some.
I cook kind of pizza.
All right, first we'll ease into everyone. Yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Yep.
You know, a lot of us.
Valentine's Day. Yesterday was Fantastic Four Day, sir. Okay.
I'll get to that. in a
Valentine's Day.
second. Hold on.
No. Yesterday
We'll get to that.
yesterday was treat yourself
All right,
day.
yesterday was Treat Yourself Day in Adam's case. Or it
This week
for all the
was
listeners who don't have
Marvel
any-
Treat Yourself week.
Exactly.
Okay, the most random thing happened because he sent me and I thought it was fake. I had to go check. He just sends me Fantastic Four, and I'm like, all right, there's no way this is real. This has to be a fucking joke. There's no way they did this on Valentine's Day because they know all the nerds are lonely today. So I go and I
Yeah.
see, bam! Did we pull up the poster or no?
Yeah, both
You
posts.
pulled it up. All right, let me find
Oh
it.
yeah, do it.
We'll go to Twitter so I can pull it up better.
I would say.
But it was the most random reveal that I've ever seen a comic book thing get revealed on Valentine's Day.
I think that it
Perfect,
was
man.
like, I feel like they couldn't have done it any more perfectly. Like that was kind of a perfect reveal for a
because
Valentine's Day post.
Yeah.
because you have to think here. Susan Storm and Reed Richards are the dynamic couple together. They are always the love couple.
There it
I
is.
thought that was the smartest idea because usually it's always Gwen or Peter or Tony or Pepper or Wanda or Vision. But in this case, you know, we're introducing two new people. We're going to be introducing a new team to the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
And so Susan and Reed are perfect. And look how happy they are, too.
Let's check out that poster. I love that Valentine's Day poster. I think
Oh, sorry. I just read something.
but
Continue.
anyway, Marvel Studios, the Fantastic
The
Four.
Fantastic Four. So not Fan Four stick or anything.
Yeah, not Fan Four Sig, not Marvel Studios Fantastic Four. No, this is Matt Shackman's The Fantastic Four.
Yeah, not the Roger Corman.
Yeah, and
Listen, Juan, we know you love Roger Corman's Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
and all right, let's talk about this. We'll go with Juan. Go first, please.
It was great. I love the casting. I don't seem to hate was it Joseph Quinn, but like, you know, I trust Marvel and obviously Vanessa Kirby as too. Like that's the one we've been talking about for a while. Yeah, it's a good looking cast so far. And like you were geeking out about Lorenzo, Herbie.
Oh, Herbie. Herbie was the biggest surprise on that poster.
Yeah.
Herbie is a
Because I thought I saw it before.
Yeah,
I thought it
Herbie
was
only
just part
appeared
of the
like
wall,
one cartoon.
and then
of
I thought on
Fantastic
another
Four.
poster was Herbie. I was like,
And the
"Holy
only
shit,
other
that is
reference I
fucking
got of Herbie was Lego Marvel superheroes.
Yeah.
He's in that.
Mhm.
But all right, Blue, you're next. Go.
I think it looks really good. It's got that kind of WandaVision kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the director also made WandaVision. And I like how it's
Sunny in Philadelphia.
yeah, and I like how it's set in the '60s, just like how the comics were set in the '60s for the
Yep.
series.
Yeah.
I also really like the casting. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy about it, but I can see Pedro and Joseph Quinn playing the roles pretty well.
Okay,
They
why
don't
did
know
I
this.
just notice that was Blue talking?
Did you not know that was him?
What the hell?
Last
It
minute.
did not sound like him.
Your
All right,
own
so-
best friend.
Big Marvel expert. Thoughts on
It did
Fantastic
not
Four?
sound like him for a second. I was like, I didn't notice until I saw like his image moving.
I hate
Oh,
you.
that's Blue.
Cody said, she said, you sound like a girl, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
No hating on Blue. No hating on Blue.
Personally, I wouldn't take that disrespect, but that's just me.
Yeah. No hating on the Blue.
All right, Miss Stefania, thoughts on the Fantastic Four?
I mean, well, this is the cast like people were speculating for such a long time, and it was like rumored or whatever, and people were like, "No, it's not it. It's not official. I'm not gonna, believe it until it's official." And then it actually was like the team. So I'm honestly not mad about it. I think the chemistry of these actors together is gonna be like really great. And I know a lot of people are saying like Pedro's so old, like he's like, why would they cast him? Or Joseph Quinn, like why him? Blah blah blah. But like you have to understand or also remember that you guys said these same things about like other actors in comic book movies, and now you love them. So I mean, what are you gonna say a year and a half from now when the movie does come out and you love it or you love their performance? You're gonna say something completely different. So you just went back on your word. Like you have to wait and see how they're gonna be. You can't just judge it based off who they casted. Did I think Pedro's casting as Reed Richards was a bit like too old? Yeah, but maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe they want them to be older so their kids are older because their son is a very powerful mutant. So
True.
maybe they want him to be older. Who knows? But I'm actually really excited with this cast. I think with what I've seen of Joseph Quinn, I think he'll be a really great Johnny Storm. People are gonna simp over him very quickly in like on
They did in
TikTok and
Stranger
social media. So
Sure they did.
They did in Stranger Things. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like. Get the Joseph Quinn hate because you just loved him in Stranger Things. Now
Yeah.
you're saying you don't like him for Johnny Storm. Make
No.
up your mind.
People, no, there's a lot of people on my Facebook that are excited for this. For Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch. He definitely has that. He will definitely have the smart Alex to it. But
Great. All right. Jay, you are up. What did you think of the Fantastic Four reveal?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if y'all could hear me. I think it's great. I mean, Pedro, obviously a great actor. Vanessa Kirby. I don't know the dude who plays the Thing's name. I can't think of it.
What's his name? I just call him the guy from The Bear, which I've heard that shows.
oh, it's like Eben. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Michael Chip. Michael Chip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Todd, what do you say, Todd? Did you see
Yeah, but I
what
mean,
he's trying to say?
also,
He'll reset it. I think he's at work or going to work. Oh, Ant-Man will be in it.
yes, I
In
do.
the Fantastic Four?
So I think because Hank Pym, I think this is going to be a period piece. I think we're going to see them in the 60s, And then I also kind of think that it frees it, that
No.
they're going to fall into the quantum realm.
No, we're not going to see them because he started doing the quantum stuff in the 70s in Endgame. He wasn't doing stuff
Unless
in
we
the 60s
see,
yet.
unless we see a young Hank Pym, like a very young Hank Pym in the 60s, watching Dr. Reed Richards.
Yeah, maybe he's interning under him or something, or
Mhm.
studying under him. I heard a rumor. This is in another universe. No, this is in the main Marvel content.
This is the 616 universe. What's
Yeah.
gonna? I think what's gonna happen is
It's going to be like Captain America.
very
taking
much
place-
so.
yeah.
They're going to. I feel like they're gonna get stuck into the quantum realm. and
Well, I
they're-
heard they're just traveling through time. This movie's just them traveling thugh time.
that's cool.
That's going to
That'd
be
be
the fun
cool.
part.
So it'd be kind of like
So it makes sense if they're bringing them.
as,
Alright,
as
we'll go with you next.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
What'd you think?
I can't wait.
That's it.
I can't wait for this movie. This movie looks awesome. The cast is great. As much as I've heard John Krasinski, Matt Smith, Adam Driver,
God, Reed went through 100 costumes.
I was excited for Matt Smith. I was like perfect. He played Doctor Who because he played the Doctor in Doctor Who, but
Morbius.
he played Morbius. But I'm very excited for Pedro Pascal because of The Last of Us, Game of Thrones, Kingsman, and of course The Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal looks like the smartest man alive in the Marvel universe. The Thing, if you have not seen The Bear, he's going to be perfect. The guy that acts like he is a hothead. He is very angry. He will be very grumpy. And Vanessa Kirby as Susan Storm, she'll probably play that. She's going to play Invisible Woman very well. I'm very excited for the 60s period. Very much looks very Jack Kirby. I want to see where this all goes. I mean, I know everybody is not excited because over Johnny Storm because hey, Spider-Man and Johnny Storm. Well, you
They
don't
still do that.
you don't know what the final product is.
Yeah. Also, the whole like I read it today. People were upset with like, oh, there's not going to be a Spider-Man and Johnny Storm relationship. Blah blah blah. They're the same age, guys.
Yeah,
Like the actors are the same age. Like I think Joseph Quinn is a few years older, but still.
I think you're like, but if you're,
Yeah,
if you're
but-
bringing them to the future, you can still have that moment. That's going to be the
Yeah.
whole reason why they're coming to the future.
they'll
Yeah.
unite in these Avengers movies or Secret Wars or whatever they got planned. I just think that right now, the Fantastic Four is going to be one of the most important Marvel movies because this is a franchise that does not well from comics to movies.
So
As you can,
did on the ages too.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is 27.
Mhm.
Joseph Quinn is 30.
Oh,
Mhm.
so about
So
3
they're
years.
3 years.
That'd be
older.
3
Yeah.
years older than him.
but the big thing is that I know we got one very big important Marvel movie this year,
Yep.
which we'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But this one I think is going to be, is everyone going to accept this new team of Marvel characters? Because if it does well, then we can move forward and Marvel can be where it's at, where it was at a couple years ago.
True.
I don't know, Steph, do you agree that Fantastic Four will probably be one of the most important Marvel studio movies now?
Definitely, because it's introducing a new team to the MCU and it's introducing potential new threats that we will be seeing, like Doctor Doom, who is one of the biggest threats.
Let's
in-
go! Yes. Didn't you know? Breaking news: Blue will be playing Doctor Doom. I have sources.
I wish.
Yeah, because he's one of the
that.
biggest threats in the Marvel universe. So once, you thought Thanos was bad, just wait. Like people that
Yeah.
don't really know the Fantastic Four or not
Mhm.
familiar with any of these characters, just wait. It's gonna get pretty messy with the fighting and the violence. I would think. I would hope, actually.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see. I know Blue would love to see. Just Doctor Doom pulling Thanos' skeleton right out of his body.
Yep.
Oh,
That would be
shit.
great.
That would be
Coming
Yeah.
right out of
Hard.
Secret Wars.
Well, we did
God
see
Emperor Doom specifically,
something-
actually.
something which we'll get to later about
Do
that.
it in front of the Avengers. Do it in front of the
We're gonna get to me and John next, and then we'll move to the next topic. So, John, what did you think about Fantastic Four?
I am kind of looking forward to this Fantastic Four movie. As a Pedro Pascal, I had to admit I was a bit surprised to hear of his casting, since I've known him from the Mandalorian and of course The Last of Us. Great show, by the way. Yeah. And as for, I don't know much about the rest of the actors. Like, I know you said the Thing actors in The Bear. I never really watched that show
It's
It's
before.
like a cooking show.
He's very much a hothead, and Thing can be a
Like,
very much of a hothead.
I mean, yeah. I've seen the Thing before in other versions of media. In fact, I was watching a few nights ago a show with the Thing, and he was fighting the Hulk, which was very. It was an animated show.
Fantastic.
It was an animated Fantastic Four, I believe.
Oh, the original?
No, Fantastic Four, World's Greatest Superheroes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the weird one no one really likes.
I think that.
I liked it.
I liked it.
Like that really weird animated one, because everyone I talk to does not like that show. for
It's
some reason.
great. It was
Not
on
the
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, not the sick. And as for Herbie the Robot, you've probably heard me already said this before early on, but Herbie the Robot I never really watched the '60s cartoon that first had Herbie the Robot appear in, but I knew he was kind of felt like a one-time character. Maybe I don't know much about
I
but
have
the only
thoughts
thing.
for Herbie. I have
but-
nice thoughts for him.
But the other thing I knew from Herbie was that he made a playable appearance in Lego Marvel Superheroes as an unlockable character.
He was
He is. He's really funny. He's just a robot that floats around. He doesn't do a lot.
in the 60s. He was the replacement for Johnny Storm for some reason, and so it was Susan, it was the Thing, and it was Johnny. It was Mr. Fantastic, or not Johnny. It was just the Thing, Susan, and Mr. Fantastic and Herbie. That was one of the
Interesting.
weirdest.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, that's
Fantastic.
my thoughts, basically. All right, Renzo, what do you think?
So, really random reveal on a Valentine's Day too. But I mean, it was supposed to come out. I think who said it was supposed to come out? Was it Jay or Blue said that? When you guys said wasn't it supposed to come out like today? Or this
It was in
weekend?
the comments,
I think
or I
Cody
thought I saw
said
in the
it.
comments.
Oh yeah, Cody said yeah. It wasn't it? Yeah, it was supposed to release today, and then, I think Captain America was also supposed to release. A lot of movies were supposed to release this week and just didn't end up happening.
Yup.
But no, yeah, I thought it was a nice reveal. Pedro Pascal, great actor if you can know how to utilize him. The one dude from The Bear, from the clips I've seen, he's absolutely hilarious in that show. I think he's absolutely Vanessa Kirby, if you know how to utilize her, aka the Mission Impossible films.
Yeah.
She's a great actor.
She was great. She was threatening.
Yeah, she's threatening as the villain role in the Dead Reckoning, which we saw, and
Mhm.
Fallout. She's super threatening. And then Joseph Quinn had his breakout moment with Stranger Things. I knew the moment they said his name was in the little pot for Human Torch. I go, he's gonna get it because he's really hot right now. Everyone loves Eddie. There's not a single person that doesn't love.
Funko was so hard
Yes,
to
Funko was
find.
sold out. Everything Eddie related was just sold out,
Of
which
course.
was really. And I knew once I heard his name, I go, he's got it. He's got it for sure. I know Kevin Feige wants to have him in a franchise, so we can.
The cast when we kept hearing this is gonna be this cast, it kept seeming being the same cast. Like this is the
It was
cast.
between Joseph Quinn and what's
Austin Butler.
no, not Austin Butler. Oh my God, what's his name?
This is Jeremy from The Bear.
No, from Free Guy. What's his name?
From Stranger Things. Yeah,
Stranger Things
okay.
2. It was between those two. Joey King.
Joey
Really?
King. Yeah, Joey King.
It was
Yeah.
between
What was
those
he?
two.
What was he in Free Guy?
He
He's the
was-
computer. I
The nerd.
who made.
Yes, the nerd.
Yeah, the
yes.
one who made the game, essentially.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
there's
Yeah, Darcy. I heard him once, and then I just don't think they wanted him.
I think he got bigger because he looked more.
Yeah, but it was between Steve Harrington and Eddie, and I was like, if you're going one or the other, because my dog's barking. But if you're going one of the two, seeing how they just killed off Eddie out of nowhere,
Mhm.
you're gonna get Eddie in this franchise. You're gonna milk Joseph Quinn for all you
Okay.
can.
Obviously.
But here's what I also saw for Herbie.
Mhm.
I'm really excited. I want to know who's going to voice Herbie. I think that was my big concern. Either I saw, and I'm behind both of these. Bill Hader was one of them. I'm super behind Bill Hader. If you've seen Power Rangers, he voiced Alpha 5. Incredible. Yeah, or the other one was what was his,
Cool.
who did I say? Tom Kenny was a SpongeBob to do Herbie. Because think about it, we already have Clancy Brown in the MCU. He did Tom Kenny. Just throw him the money just to come do the voice of Herbie.
And Tom Kenny, if Tom Kenny could pull off Orko, Orko from He-Man. I'm sure he could pull up Herbie.
Well, yeah, Herbie's just probably just going to sound like SpongeBob since it's all robotic. I mean, it's not going to be any different. But yeah, overall, I was satisfied with that casting. It's also, I know DCU, we were talking about it, or a few of us were talking about it in his Discord. It also comes out 2 weeks after another big PC movie, the big DCU premiere movie, Superman Legacy.
Like I said,
So we're going to get the first superhero going up against Marvel's first family in July of next year. And it's going to be insane.
It's
Oh, yes.
those are the two most we're
Anticipated.
not anticipated, most important movies. I really do believe Superman Legacy and the Fantastic.
All right, I'll say Superman Legacy is important, but it doesn't have to be that important. You just have to make it good enough to where it makes money. And it's like, okay, the investors, everyone realizes, all right, the fans love this universe. We're going to keep throwing it the big money that we want it to. Here's the thing. Legacy does not have to make $1 billion.
No.
It does not have a bar.
Neither does Finn.
Yeah.
Neither does Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four just has to do good.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't do good, Marvel's done.
I really think I love, as much as I love Superman, I really do think Fantastic Four will do better.
Well, yeah, because that's Fantastic Four.
Yes.
But here's the thing. I think Superman's going to be different.
I think Superman's going to have heels. I think it's going to keep going and going and going. I think Fantastic Four and Superman are going to be battling. It's going to be like Barbie and Oppenheimer.
So what is it? Super Fantastic or Fantastic Man?
Super Fantastic Man.
Yeah.
The Super Fantastic Four Man.
But yeah, you know what? If I'm going to see both of these movies,
I
I said, like how people said, it's the first superhero ever. And it's Marvel's first family.
Okay.
So there's going to be a lot of older audience, younger audience getting reintroduced to everything in July.
Okay. Yep.
The one movie I don't think that's keeping it still a July date, and I've been telling people Jurassic World is not keeping that date.
No, it's gonna go away.
You're gonna try and sandwich it between Superman and Fantastic Four. I get it, kids love dinosaurs.
Yes.
But it's superheroes.
Because look how Transformers did last year. With all the superhero movies.
Yeah. That did good.
But
it got sandwiched. It got forgotten.
Okay, this is the one question before we move on to the next one. All right, Dr. Doom. I've heard Ben Middleston is thinking about wanting to play. I've heard Cillian Murphy's been in talks, and I've heard Henry Cavill was actually in the talks.
Ooh.
But
I don't like Henry Cavill as Doom. I don't like that.
I'm not gonna lie on this one. Ben Middleston, after playing Talos, being that threat. Let's go to the Marvel fans. All right, we'll go to Steph first. Steph, who do you think should play Dr. Doom?
You know, when the I've seen like a few castings. I forgot. Oh, I think John Hamm was one of the castings that people were saying.
I would like Hamm as
which is pretty good choice in my opinion. But the guy who plays Talos, you know, Marvel has done it before. He's saying he wants to play Dr. Doom. Marvel has done it before where they not recasted, but they gave one of their actors another character to play in the MCU. So it wouldn't be very weird or awkward of them to do that again because we've seen it before.
the first.
If they do want him as Dr. Doom, but I think I remember I saw John Hamm and I was like, oh yeah, I think he might be pretty good. There was somebody else too, I forgot, but there was quite a few. I know Blue will tell you that they're gonna have to cast a Romani actor to play.
They don't need to. I changed that. I changed that opinion.
I was like,
if an actor can portray an Eastern European guy, go for it.
Besides
or are you saying, or just cast me in the role?
Yeah, just
Carlo Esposito, Cody says.
That'd be a dream casting right there.
That's another one. Yeah, that's another one I saw. That would be a very great casting.
Someone
if
said,
he people wanted him as
what
like
that
Professor X
Doom
or
is
something or Magneto, but I think he'd be a fantastic Dr. Doom.
The threatening of it, yeah, especially after playing from Mandalorian, Moff Gideon, he'd be great for it. Besides Blue playing Dr. Doom, Blue, who would you like to play except yourself?
Other than Blue?
Other than Blue,
I think supporting back from home of DCU.
I think Vulcan Blue. It'd be a really good choice.
He just said himself.
Actually, I have no idea who to fan cast. At least I know a young Viggo Mortensen would actually do really well, but he's not young anymore, and he's almost 70. I've heard a lot of people saying Cillian Murphy.
Oh yeah, I heard that today actually.
Yeah.
I'm like 50-50 with it.
What's the one you tend to like a lot?
I feel like he wouldn't do it. I don't know. Maybe he would,
No.
Yes, I love him.
but I feel like a part of me he wouldn't do it.
I don't think he's the type of actor to sign a long contract with Disney.
No, definitely not.
Which actor?
Cillian Murphy.
Is it Cillian or is it Killian? I thought he corrected people.
No,
It was like-
whatever.
Killian.
Cillian Murphy. I keep seeing him Sicilian.
Yeah.
Listen, anyone will sign if the money's good. They just have to see the money.
No, there were some people that were like it was a long-term contract. They like left. Some person left Thunderbolts, or there was somebody that left the project and was like the term was too long, and I didn't want to do that for that long. So that's why.
Well, I don't see
Makes-
Thunderbolts doing it.
That's what happened with Edward Norton. He realized
No,
I gotta
I don't
play
feel
Hulk.
like just creative control. He
Yeah.
didn't have creative control.
I've
You
heard
know,
of
Joaquin Phoenix left Doctor Strange.
Yes.
because of, yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix was originally supposed to be our Doctor Strange, but
What else does Joaquin Phoenix do?
right now he's doing Joker.
Yeah, but he doesn't do a lot besides Joker.
But there's a reason why he takes on the role. Wancho, I would love to see you as Doctor Doom, the threat
Oh, yeah.
of Juan.
I've been thinking about this. I think Danny DeVito. No, I think
No, Danny
Murphy.
DeVito would be Mole Man.
What about
Yeah,
Bryan Cranston?
no.
No, huh?
Yeah, I love that one.
Bring back Christian.
Christian
Bale.
Bale. How about Christian Bale as Doctor Doom?
What about- I was thinking Bryan Cranston, but would he be too old?
No, he'd fit.
Yeah.
He'd fit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see Bryan
Robert
Cranston.
De Niro as Doom.
Al Pacino as Doom.
You gotta get
Al
like
Pacino.
Joe Pesci as Doom.
Oh, perfect.
You gotta get the Goodfellas guy.
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood would actually be a pretty cool Doom.
Clint Eastwood. Oh,
Okay.
classic.
And Jay.
Julian McMahon would also be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
I don't think
he-
I've heard that name.
Bit.
All right, Jay, who do you want to Doctor Doom, and we'll move on to the next big topic that made Steph cry today. I had to message and say, "Hey, are you okay?" Because I've been seeing all the.
We'll talk about it, but I didn't see it till like I got back this morning. Wait,
Tom
I didn't-
Kenny as Doom.
I don't know. I saw something. I didn't see it till like. Oh yeah. I didn't see it till I got back. I'll say later.
Todd
Yeah.
Walsh as Todd Walsh.
Todd Walsh as Doctor Doom.
Dude, I say Todd should be Doctor Doom.
We gotta
Adam Sandler is
cast this as us for character.
Danny DeVito as Doom.
I
Danny
don't know.
DeVito as Herbie.
Ooh.
I said just Danny DeVito as Mole Man.
How about James Woods?
Or Mole Man.
Martin Scorsese.
Doom just to
Hey,
that. Yeah, I could see that one.
Ben Affleck as
Keanu
Doom.
kind of like the idea of Keanu Reeves right now.
I like Keanu Reeves, but will he fit the '60s time period?
Danny. Sorry, buddy, but
Things been casted, Todd.
All right.
But,
All right.
Y'all ready to move on to the next big one? We're gonna show
Yes.
the trailer again today and make everyone cry,
Let's do this.
including the one that says X-Men Lover at the bottom, which that's.
And wearing an X-Men sweatshirt.
Who Blue?
Let's see the big reveal that I got a call at like 8:30 in the morning to wake the fuck up.
It dropped in the morning.
Yeah, it was early when it dropped.
I was
Really?
asleep.
Because
I jumped out.
I was asleep.
I was in my
still.
I was in the
All right,
my
we
work
all
van.
ready?
Yeah, thank
Oh
you.
yeah, it did. It did drop in the morning. Right.
Here is Marvel Animations
X-Men 97.
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday
Hold
morning.
up, I'm waiting
If you're
to this
listening.
drop.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of you all.
The Animations.
Fate lies in our hands now. Now.
I didn't see a big enough, though.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream. matter how dark it is. We must believe in each other.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Bub. Keep buzzing in my ear.
Heads up!
To me, my X-Men. Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Wrong thing. Okay.
Welcome back.
That's a beautiful shirt.
So that was the official trailer for Marvel's X-Men 97. All right, we'll start with the X-Men fan herself because I know she can't contain her excitement. She was crying this morning. I just make sure she was all right. Everyone.
I'm literally tearing up right now. Like,
All right.
it's to me my X-Men that gets me every time because it's just. First of all, it's the Gambit riding on Wolverine's back, charging up his claws, then leading into to me my X-Men that gets me every time. Because first of all, what the hell do you even call that move? I actually. Somebody on Twitter, I retweeted it, I think, or quoted it, said that move would be called the Rage in Cajun. So not Rage in Cajun, Rage in Cajun.
I like that.
I was like, that is the most clever name I ever heard.
That's smart.
So yeah, like I hope that sticks. But yeah, it's the to me my X-Men that gets me every time because it's something that is very important to X-Men fans. It's like a not a battle cry, but like it's just something that a lot of people really love and loves to see Scott say and hear him say because he is a big leader of the X-Men, and to see him lead this team is gonna end for Magneto to run the school and overwatch them. It's going to be something it's going to be pretty interesting and exciting to watch, especially with their chemistry with Magneto. So, but yeah, this trailer, I wasn't expecting it today. I know we have been wanting to see it for a very, very long time. And with the big releases this week, I was like, okay, so they're dropping all this stuff. I feel like they're going to have to drop the X-Men 97 trailer. But then I was like, oh, they probably won't do it because they've been holding off for so much. But that I saw that trailer, and first of all, the opening of it is fantastic. I think they couldn't have put together a better trailer for this kind of show. To start off with the box set TV and the VHS tapes and the last episode of the show from 97. I just think it was like a perfect send off for that show, and like boom, here's the continuation for that. And to know that the team working on X-Men 97 are all X-Men fans, especially the director and the showrunner, just makes me so very, very happy and like even more excited to see the show because I know it's going to be so good. If you have a team of X-Men fans putting this show together, you are going to get stuff that you grew up with the 90s show and also grew up with reading the comics. You're going to get it all in this new show. And it is a continuation. It's not a remake. I know a lot of people were like getting confused with it online. It's a continuation of the animated series from the 90s. It's not a reboot because I saw a comment that was like, this is stupid, blah, blah. They're rebooting a show that doesn't need to be touched. No, if you actually read the articles and, watch the trailer, you would know that it's a continuation. And they also have an article or like a section, Empire Magazine. I haven't read it yet, but Bo DeMaio, he did an interview for Empire, and he was talking about the show and the characters, what you can expect. So I know we're gonna be expecting some pretty great things. But yeah, literally, I can't stop thinking about the Gambit and Wolverine move. That's like, if I don't, I actually made a video today about it, but I'm gonna post about it tomorrow. But if I don't see that move in like any of the comics from now on, or like in live action, I'm gonna be so upset, because that, like, nobody thought of that originally. Like, whoever thought of this move needs, like, I just want to meet them. I want to meet them. Whoever came up with that move, I want to meet them, because we have the fastball special, and I definitely want to see the fastball special in this show, you know. And that's something that I can't wait to see in live action. I can't wait to see the X-Men live action in general, but like, those two things now are like very iconic for the X-Men, for like combat wise. You would have never thought, oh yeah, like a 6'3" tall Gambit on top of a 5'3" tall Wolverine's back, just charging up his claws. Like, you didn't think, no one could have thought of that. I feel like it's just like such a specific or a random thing, like combative move you could think of. So I applaud the person that came up with that.
I gotta say that you were satisfied with this trailer.
I was. I talked way too much, but like, I was super satisfied with this trailer. Like, it's something that we've been waiting for. So,
yeah. Which I heard it was supposed to drop yesterday originally.
Maybe they swapped them.
Yeah, they probably swapped Fantastic
Four.
Smart marketing.
But like, this was, now after seeing it, this was worth the wait, you know. And they gave us like, not a teaser, they gave us a trailer, and it was oh my god, the music too. Like, it just brings you back. I mean, I didn't grow up with this show because I was born in '99, and my first introduction to Marvel was Spider-Man in early 2000s, Raimi Spider-Man.
Hold on that thought with you didn't grow up with the show. Don't worry here, as this man, the 29-year-old, has grown up with, or 28, but he will be 29, has grown up and watched all of X-Men 97 as it was airing. So, Adam, you want to talk about your experience to Steph?
Well, it's not that much of a difference. I'm 24. So I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but Adam was seeing it as it was coming.
So yeah, you're right.
So
bro's ancient.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like Charles Xavier at this point.
Adam is king. He's seen all
right. So
yes, the watcher.
Oh my god.
He's the watcher.
Oh my
but
god.
I will say, watching the show, I think I first watched this show in 2020, like during COVID. I mean, I got into like the X-Men a little bit before that, but I didn't watch the show till then. And watching it like made me feel nostalgic about all the other shows I grew up watching as a kid, because it had that same type of vibe and sometimes the same animations. And I could definitely like understand what people growing up the show felt when watching it, and when hearing that 97 was, you know, it was continuing. But yeah, I can say I wasn't there physically to watch the show when it came out, but I can definitely say I have the same emotions about the show that a lot of these other people did growing up, especially since like I started reading the comics and I started to read up on different characters, and obviously my favorite character is Rogue, so I read a bunch of her, and you build a connection with the X-Men. I think it's much easier to build a connection with the X-Men than it is the Avengers, because the X-Men are a huge family. Like, same with Fantastic Four, they're a family. But X-Men, there's a lot more in that family. They're much bigger. And they have pretty cool villains that they fight. Not gonna lie.
So,
and pretty cool powers.
Yeah. Okay, so the show aired from 92 to 97. So I wasn't really I was born in 95. But X-Men used to be on JetX in the morning on Saturday with Spider-Man, and so it was reruns for me. But watching this show made me feel like I was 7 again or 6. Hearing the X-Men theme song is just so nostalgic to me. I am totally blanking out on the last season, so I'm actually going to be rewatching the last season, but it really did feel like a continuation to the show. I can't wait because Cyclops is the leader of X-Men. As much as the movies have always said Wolverine is the leader or, Charles, but Cyclops had always been the useless character in the X-Men movies, and I really don't know why, because Cyclops is a team leader.
Brian Singer. Okay,
the nostalgia moment that hits really is the toys. Target, when Target had the toys come out, I was like, all right, now I'm living in my era again. But as Steph said, the Wolverine Gambit shot, it's like, where did this come from? Why was this never made when I was a kid? These would probably be moments that, like, the writers probably played with the toys, and they probably did this because the way to do stuff now these days is you use your old toys, you make these great shots. Now, there was a little Easter egg that he sent me, and it made
people found it.
Huh?
People found it.
People found this one would probably be more of my league. They were teasing. They had an Easter egg for Spider-Man the animated series. Now that
Daily Bugle was an article by Eddie Brock. So when the newspaper
Oh yeah.
Player Gala, it's the article by Eddie Brock and Peter Parker. So now everyone's like, are they going to bring back Spider-Man now?
I would.
Now you're knocking on another door.
It would be awesome to see Spider-Man the animated series, but I would love to see the continuation of it. But we'll get back to X-Men. Is at the end of Spider-Man the animated series, you were left off with Madam Web and Spider-Man off to go find the real Mary Jane, because
the
Spider-Man
good Madam Web.
Yeah, because Spider-Man had met Stan
I'm
Lee.
not talking about that movie anymore. I'm disappointed.
Because we had this big spider war against Spider Carnage, and one of the Spider-Man variants was just an actor. And so the real Spider-Man met Stan Lee. And then, Spider-Man leaves Stan Lee off a building wondering if the Fantastic Four can come get him. And so that was how it left, was Spider-Man and Madam Web would find Mary Jane. All these shows were supposed to have another season. As you saw the way X-Men looked, it's because the budget got cut from Fox Kids. They were focusing on Spider-Man, and they were focusing on the next round of shows, because
there was definitely a next round of cartoon, all right. We know what got that budget.
But
keep the rights.
The thing is that
no. There was another superhero show that dethroned X-Men very quickly. I think he'll say
the show is that Saban owned X-Men and Spider-Man the animated series in the 90s and 2000s. That's why for a long time, you guys, it was hard to find, especially Spider-Man. The X-Men DVDs, they came out for the nostalgia, because Disney was releasing them on DVD to hype up X-Men Origins Wolverine. But going back to the show, it's going to be cool seeing Magneto run Xavier's school. The X-Men don't have really of a trust. Go ahead.
You have from Todd on the Spider-Man. Carnage was supposed to be Jack the Ripper in that next season.
Yeah, that's what Todd was actually telling me. There was supposed to be a lot, but the one thing I've been worried about was, you're trying to get all your actors. It's not, in the 90s was a long time ago. Unfortunately, a lot of these actors are gone. Unfortunately,
So I put up a thing, isn't half the X-Men cast recast in the show, or a few of them are different characters now?
Yeah.
Wolverine's still alive. Cyclops is still alive, I believe.
No, the guy who played Cyclops died.
He
passed away.
Is Rogue still?
So the original voice actors are Storm, Rogue, and Wolverine. And who?
What about Magneto?
No, not Magneto. he sounded very different in the trailer, so it's definitely not Magneto. No, then there's the voice actors who worked on the animated series, like the voice actor for Gambit. James Potter. Not James
Chris
Potter.
Potter.
Chris Potter. I was like Harry Potter.
Okay, so this is
James
who's
Potter.
returning.
I just finished reading Harry Potter too. No, Chris Potter. He is voicing Cable. And the original voice actor for Cable is voicing somebody else. So it's like some original voice actors are just playing different characters. And then we have what's his name, who has a secret role we don't know about.
Theo James.
Theo James, yeah, he's playing a character, secret character. But yeah, so I believe those are the only 3 voice actors, Rogue, Storm, and Wolverine, that are their original voice actors, and then the others are swapping roles.
Yeah, so I got the list right here. Here's who's returning. Wolverine, the returning voice actors: Wolverine, Storm, Beast, Nightcrawler, Mr. Sinister, and Rogue are the only ones that are returning.
Yes.
The returning but a new characters are Catherine Disher, Chris Potter, Lawrence Bay, Ron Rubin, and Allison Court. And then just the new voice actors for Cyclops, Jean Grey, Gambit, Jubilee, Morph, Bishop, Magneto, Charles Xavier, Sunspot, Forge, Sentinel, and the secret role for Theo James. But Sentinels are being voiced by Eric Banza, who does Bugs Bunny and the Looney Tunes and all that Warner Brothers.
So that was one of the biggest geek moments in the trailer, was seeing the Sentinels, because me and him, we were in Canada. We saw Sentinel action figures at Toys R Us in Canada. I'm like, these have never hit the US yet. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're gonna get Sentinels.
Yeah, we took a trip up there, and it was like
they were big Sentinels. I don't know if you guys got them in Florida, but
no, hey, the Steven's the only one from Florida. Everyone else is from around the.
Okay,
we're scattered.
But, yeah,
Blue is our only Canadian lad, so he can see all the fun stuff.
He can see all their stuff early. But no, it's gonna look great. I mean, Twitter was saying that it was gonna come out March 20th. That was the big theme, was all over saying it was gonna show them out March 20th. It was like
March 20th got confirmed.
Yeah, March 20th got confirmed. I love the poster. The poster's so nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's just a VHS.
I think they're really feeding on the nostalgia of the animated series. They're feeding into that, which I find amazing. Like, if they released X-Men 97 on VHS tapes, or like not VHS tapes, but like in VHS boxes and like their DVDs, whatever, I would buy the whole set. Like that whole set that was in the promo art, I would buy that 100%.
Do you know how many seasons? Or not many seasons. Many episodes this first season is
10.
Because I'm putting 2 seasons. Oh, it's 10 episodes.
It's 10 episodes, 2 seasons so far. You know, I feel like if this show does good, then there'll be talks about Spider-Man, the animated series, coming back. It'll be called Spider-Man 98. And then we'll see where it goes from there. I know people are going to be petitioning Spectacular, but here's the thing. Spectacular is not owned by Disney, not owned by Marvel Studios. It is owned by Sony.
Because it got taken off of Disney Plus, and everyone was questioning it. Why?
So the Spider-Man series that you will most likely see, except for the new one, is Spider-Man 98. So you got some new cosplays coming up after there are a couple of shots of Rogue.
Yeah, the basketball scene is straight out of the comics. I remember reading that for the first time and I was thinking, wow, Jim Lee made all these characters so ripped. Like, for what? But they looked amazing. Like, especially Gambit was ripped to shreds. Even in the animated series, he was. But I know when I saw I didn't think of it before, her basketball costume. I did not think of ever doing that look, which is crazy. But now it has to be on my list because she wears it in the trailer in the show.
So the thing with Jim Lee, we're going to sidetrack a little bit because I love Jim Lee's artwork. I think he's one of the greatest artists that's now still around, because if you ever listen to the story of
it was the 90s, everyone was ripped. It's true.
If you listen to, there's a few documentaries where Jim Lee talks about he So how they came into play, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, they were reading it and saying, "Hey, how much further can we push these drawings and these characters? How can we evolve them?" So Todd McFarlane went to go do Spider-Man, which, holy hell, that Spider-Man artwork is beautiful. Rob Liefeld, went to go do Captain America, the big buff-ass chest that you see, but he can't draw feet, so that's the other issue. And, like you said, he also created Cable, Domino. It was that era where everything was just, let's go all out. And the artist to actually do the X-Men.
Heavy metal, 90s heavy metal, yep.
The big name at the time, artist-wise, because he was so new. If you watch the DC documentary, they talk about him, was Jim Lee. Everyone wanted Jim Lee because of X-Men.
X-Men #1. There was the Wolverine. There was the Wolverine Cyclops cover. There was the Magneto cover,
which they made that no pop cover now. That's officially. I think they have connecting pop.
They're all
Magneto, Wolverine, and I think the third one's Cyclops.
No, Cyclops and Wolverine are connected.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So the first cover, it should be, Beast, Gambit. No, not Beast, Gambit. Beast
and Wolverine.
Was it
on that one?
Beast and Storm. No, Wolverine's on the second to last one, and the Magneto's on the final cover.
I've seen it as a pop cover in the store, and I was like, which one is?
Pop covers. Oh yeah, I have all of them.
They do the pop cover, but if you just listen to how Jim Lee talks about the X-Men, he's just like, these characters, people fear him in this world. He goes, so I want to draw them like as people would fear them. He goes, these guys have power. I want to show that they have power. Like, again, Jim Lee was a very hot name back then.
Yeah.
Because think about it. You're taking one of Stan Lee's baby, like literally baby team. Like that's his baby, Jim Lee.
Yeah, Jim
You're
Lee's
taking his baby. You're an unknown, and you just come in and draw one of the best character designs that everyone is going to remember forever. And Steph, you would know this because my X-Men history is about you might know this. Was Chris Claremont also writing for him? I think Jim Lee was doing the art. Chris Claremont was doing the story.
That was the big collaboration. That's why X-Men #1 is the best-selling comic book of all time, because of the Chris Claremont and Jim Lee collaboration.
Yeah, they mentioned that in the DC documentary when DC was coming back, how they got Jim Lee, because X-Men sold 8 million copies back then.
No, more.
Oh, it was more?
X-Men
I think it was more.
X-Men outsold DC at one point. X-Men outsold Marvel outsold DC when Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man #1 came out. That outsold a lot of comics. DC was getting to the point where, oh no, Marvel's kicking our butt really hard. That's why the death of Superman came along. That's where Breaking the Bat came along.
I think Home of DCU can recommend. Go watch the 3-part documentary about the history of DC. It is probably my favorite documentary. I probably watched it 3 times because of how they explain how they did the death of Superman, because no one was buying Superman. They got angry letters. Well, you didn't give a shit about this character, so why should we care that now you're picking up the death of Superman? And the funny story about Jim Lee is he didn't want to leave Marvel. He kind of got forced into leaving Marvel.
Yeah. The 3 of them.
Yeah, because he was drawing, and Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld go up to him and they go, "Hey, we're gonna go start our own company. You coming with us?" He goes, "Well, I don't want to get on Marvel's bad side. Like they kind of like me. They're paying me good." They're like, "Yeah, but they're not paying you." So Jim Lee backed out. They all walked over. They said, "Fuck you, DC. We're not working for you." They did Image. Then he saw this thing, went to DC. Yeah. I think he still has that connection with Marvel, where if he wants to come back and do a few covers, he can. But he's found great success.
He's doing well at DC right now. So.
He's doing great with the covers. He's got new covers.
The Superpower document. That is really good.
He's gonna have a bunch of covers coming out in April. It's gonna be like variant. It's gonna be a bunch of variant covers.
Here's the thing: I can see him doing covers for Superman Legacy.
Oh, I hope so. But
what's pretty crazy is that I don't know if you guys know who David Nakayama is.
Yes.
But he does, his artwork is like one of my absolute favorites of all time. But I was chatting with him a bit today, and he said, because he replied to my story, he always like once in a while when I post like his stuff, he'll like send a thanks in my DMs, and we'll like chat for a bit. But he said that his inspiration to getting into comics and into X-Men especially was Jim Lee. So his effect of like the X-Men #1 comics in the 90s X-Men run made him do what he's doing today, which is pretty insane. That's why he has like this big connection. That's his connection to the X-Men. And why he loves drawing the characters a lot. So I love his artwork. It's so good.
But yeah, just to recap on the whole Jim Lee. Jim Lee revitalized comic artwork as we know today. And I've heard a lot of people in our group go, Jim Lee is overrated. I go, first of all, you cannot say that because man got you probably into comics as much as you know. So you're going to call someone who got you into probably X-Men overrated? Like, his artwork is the reason you bought the book.
Yeah.
It's not the person who wrote it. It's the artwork that makes the characters and defines them.
You have to remember too that whole generation they fell in love with the comics, but they also fell in love. They felt like the comics for the show.
Yeah.
Show was comics. But wrapping up,
we'll wrap up the X-Men.
The X-Men thing. If you guys love the show, well, guess what? Marvel is smart enough to go release a comic book series, so there will be a comic book series as well for the X-Men '97. So you'll be able to watch the show and you'll be able to read the comics. Plus, hey, go get the toys.
Yeah, go get all the toys.
The shirts. Feel like you're in the '90s again, everyone.
X-Men 97, the comic run is on my pull list. So I went to my shop and I was like, get this on my pull list ASAP because I need these comics. And the variant covers, I don't know if you guys saw the variant covers, but they are the X-Men. Oh, I don't have anywhere in the packaging, do I? They are the X-Men 97 toy figures. Packaging as the covers.
I saw your I saw the Rogue cover on your Instagram today or yesterday. I was like, oh, okay. So that was pretty cool. So seeing all those, and she's like, yes, I want this one. I'm like, of course you would.
They found their market. They know how to get people's money.
True that.
What's the big? Any final thoughts on X-Men '97? I think everyone was satisfied with that trailer.
Yep.
The animation looked good.
No complaints. Looks like an epic trailer.
And a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, the animation looks like shit" when they saw like the photos that came out.
Okay, so I'm not 100% still sold on the animation only because, and I'll tell you why I'm not sold. I saw Dragon Ball Superhero had the same animation. My whole problem with that animation is characters always look stiff, like they don't have like like older cartoon characters, like they always look like they're bouncing up and down, kind of like they're always just constantly moving. Like that was the people's problem with Aladdin versus the live action Aladdin. If you can't show like they're always like animated, like they just look stiff, and I hope that's not the whole running thing with that animation.
Did you compare it to Aladdin? That came out in the 90s where the animation wasn't that.
No, there's a reason why people have a complaint with animation live action, because you can never show what's the word I'm looking for with the animation, because a lot of people have the same problem with Lion King. It looked very dull and it looked very just like stale. I hope X-Men doesn't look blended, like where they just like aren't like always constantly doing something.
They look I'll tell you what, they look better than what you guys saw.
Me and Cody were talking, and if you watch Dragon Ball Super Broly, that's old school hand drawn. Akira Toyama's like hand, like he always has the characters like just they're always like moving even when they're not moving. Like when they're standing still, they're still like going up and down. Like the wind's moving their hair. I hope it doesn't have those issues where I'm like,
I don't think it's gonna do that. I know you're not a fan of the animation. It looks better than what the last season of X-Men looks like.
That's been my problem with What If, is that it always seems like they're rough. They're always like stale. They're never like doing anything expressive. I hope X-Men 97 does not have that problem.
Well, 97 is definitely not What If animation, which I'm pretty happy about.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got that vibe. You know how in Spider-Verse, it's like that comic book type of animation? I kind of got that vibe with X-Men 97. Not like, with a comic book filter over it, but like with the animation where it's like the movement was kind of like anime, like how animes move their characters, which I actually like it. I kind of like it's giving me a comic book
You
vibe.
just
The word wasn't
so
looking for it. They're not. It's not as expressive. Like
expressive.
yeah.
So that's the word.
The animation, like I said, I was telling you earlier, it reminds me of the Justice League Fatal 5 movie a little bit. Just the way it looks, even though it's like Justice League Fatal 5 was 2D, but it's the same. It looks like the same animation in many and very in varying ways. So
well, the one animation, how it looks, and I don't like the animation. That's what I was thinking for '97. It looks like the new DC animated universe, which I hate that animation with a burning passion because they always just have the same facial expression, not them either. That I hope X-Men doesn't have that problem. I really don't. That's the thing. That's my only big issue with animation is I'm super picky. Like I want it to feel like Invincible. Invincible is always expressive. Characters are always doing something even when they're not the main center of attention. But if you watch newer DC animated stuff, characters are not expressive. They're stale. They're bland. They're stiff. I just hope '97 does not have that problem.
And just like I said, I'm just hoping. Like I said, I'm just hoping the stories are good. It's like Steph said, it's all made by X-Men fans.
Yeah.
That gives me a lot of hope because of stuff we hear every day. Like, oh, they didn't read the comic book source. They didn't do this. They didn't do this. They didn't read this. Get people that actually care about this stuff. That's what I feel like makes a good show, makes a good movie, something when these people care about this stuff.
Weren't we talking about? I mean, we're gonna sidetrack a lot just because we still got a lot to get through. But Steph, when we talking about that the other day, like there was that huge video that came out where none of the writers read any comics now.
Yeah, like it was the writers of WandaVision and like some other movies, but yeah, I think if you're gonna write about comic book characters for a movie or a show, you need to do research on those characters. You need to go back to the comics, read their stories, who they were, pick storylines from the comics to use in the movie. Like people want that stuff. People love that stuff. It's what they grew up reading and what made them love the characters. So you have to continue it in TV and in film when you're gonna use these characters. You need to have. I mean, as someone who has done theater, every time I played a part, I always made sure I knew the backstory of my characters. I read up on them. I evaluated their character in the whole script and who they were from the beginning of the show to the end. Like that's how you write. Like that's how people write novels. They develop these characters before they write the story, right?
Yeah, that's what we're doing because I've talked to you about our audio dramas. I've talked to all you guys about the audio drama thing we're doing.
When voicing Batman, you have to have Bruce Wayne here talking like this, and then you have to be more like this. That's how your voice can turn into Batman, but then you can become Bruce Wayne again.
Robin was just really simple. I didn't have to do a lot for Robin. It just sounds the same.
And with the
You
next
are Robin.
I am a Robin. People already call me Robin. He's just the Batman now, or he's the Batman of Culture Shock. I'm the Robin of Culture Shock. If you're gonna do
Batman Robin,
and then
right here, ladies and gentlemen.
With the projects that he was telling you about, you want to make sure you have the character right, because the project I'm working on, I'm going to make sure I bring justice to this character because this is my all.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about Forever.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, we can talk about
but what I'm saying is that I want to bring justice to I would love to bring justice to Batman because Batman is my all-time favorite superhero. So I'm going to make sure I don't make the worst Batman ever. That's how I look at things like that.
Well, the only reason we want to do these audio dramas or audio retellings is because we grew up, you grew up, we all grew up with the bad superhero films, and a lot of people don't appreciate them.
That is
so we
true.
looked at it because the biggest question was after the Flash was George Clooney played Batman, and we're like, yeah, he's not the highly regarded like Christian Bale or all this, but he was still Batman. So, and we had to teach people, we had to tell people, hey, go watch Batman and Robin. We know it's not the best, but it's funny like that. You're gonna laugh at it. Same thing with, we were talking about stuff when I was telling you about the X-Men films. Bryan Singer did not allow comics. They were going off the rails. They were doing all this. Then Feige started getting into comics, and now all of a sudden he's going, we don't need comics. We get the writers who think they know what they're doing. So, Kevin, that's That's not how that works anymore.
I mean, you can get these writers, hire them for the movies. Just tell them, hey, read up on these characters before you write anything for them. Do some homework.
I'm good.
One.
I'm good. Thank you, Blue.
Well, it's like the original. It's like in the Spider-Man movies. They all read Spider-Man comics. They were all reading Ultimate Spider-Man. Actually, that's how you get to know a character. If you don't know what your character is very well, then you go back to your comic. You go to your source. Then you try to figure out. It's like I was listening to an interview with Sydney Sweeney. She has journals of all her characters. She gives a backstory. Why her character is this character? Why is it this character? So she probably has a journal for Madam Web, for Cassandra.
Yeah, she said she did.
Yeah, so but
the only good redeeming quality about that movie.
Thank you, DCU.
Oh god.
Okay.
Someone get the echo where I know he's talking to Jay. But someone did bring up a valid point. You don't need you can go 50-50 on this point. You don't need to use comics as storyboards, just adapt the good stuff. Listen, I'm going to be blunt about this answer. We saw that. It's a movie called Batman vs. Superman. Logic does not work with that movie because they took the good stuff that was the Dark Knight Returns. Literally, is that Batman? And everything else about that movie is just utter trash. You can't pick and choose what you want. It's either go into the storyline or don't do it at all.
And that's in Superman.
I mean, no, I think he's saying don't do panel for panel what these comics are drawn as, for your storyboard for the movie. Just take the storyline of that comic and you would adapt it into a movie. You could do there are points where people will do a panel of a comic that's exactly from the comic into a movie or a TV, and it's that's a really cool Easter egg. I love when they do that, but you don't have to follow the exact comic panels of each comic. Just stories, adapt them.
You can market.
We'll have to get you on an episode soon, man. I keep telling you, come join us, and we'll do the DCU talk.
You can market. You can market the panel.
Come on.
You can market the lines for the comics, but shot by shot, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it this shot? Why you take a shot like.
We'll talk about DC stuff, and we'll get you on.
We'll talk about
the good example is Watchmen.
Yeah, we'll have to get back on track because we got to do one more big talk, and then we'll let some of you guys go. If you guys want to peace on out, unless we want to just jump to that right now.
Small things because we really.
Well, we'll keep that because I know probably stuff has to probably get going. But a lot of people have to get going because we do have them for limited time. But we'll do. You know what? We'll talk about the trailer that still shocked everyone on Sunday.
Yeah.
The big Super Bowl trailer. The only reason people tuned into this game that wasn't just a regular trailer. So let's get into this one big, and then if people want to split, they can, and then we'll bring some more people on and we'll talk some other stuff.
All right.
So let's go into the one trailer I think that shocked everyone is
Deadpool.
All right, okay. It's been a challenging few years, for sure, but I'm happy. That is because of each and every one of you. I'm the luckiest man alive.
Make a wish, buddy.
Wade Wilson? Who's asking? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that supposed to be scary? Pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney.
Mr. Wilson, you appear to have soiled yourself while unconscious.
I wasn't unconscious. Who are you? Why am I here?
Walk with me. Wade, you are special. This is your chance to be a hero among heroes.
I smell what you're stepping in, Sensei. Your little cinematic universe is about to change forever. I'm the Messiah. I am Marvel Jesus.
Marvel Jesus.
God, wait! Oh my God! God, I love this part. Wait!
There he goes.
This is Adam when I woke him up. So.
There you go.
Don't just stand there, you ape. Give me a hand up. Nope, I'm actually okay. Thank you very much.
Wolverine and ass.
I love Wolverine and asshole. I think that's the funniest title.
Woohoo!
Alright. So Deadpool and Wolverine was the other big trailer today.
Wolverine asshole.
John, we'll start with you on this one.
I loved this trailer. I really did. It really brought back some of the Deadpool vibes from the previous two movies, while also tying in the Loki a bit since it's TVMA. And I'm thinking the whole plot will be basically Loki Deadpool trying to fight against the TVA, because he's gonna be basically just screwing up the the Marvel universe altogether, because that shot. I thought this was just a random part of the movie, but then eventually I saw a post on Cultural Shock Facebook page. This was actually the forest in Age of Ultron, where the Avengers were fighting off against what were they again?
What
were they?
Were they in Age of Ultron?
Sokovia.
Yeah, Sokovia.
Yeah, so fighting off the Sokovians.
The Hydra agents, yeah.
The Hydra agents. So they were. So Deadpool just popping into all these different timelines, and of course you saw in the background the ruined 20th Century Fox logo, which kind of almost gave me the vibes of the of the original Planet of the Apes for the Statue of Liberty. Imagine if Deadpool sees the Fox and this is just me. I just think it's gonna happen, but he's gonna make like a little Planet of the Apes ending of it, where it's like, you maniacs, you destroyed it. Oh, damn you all to hell!
So he gets thrown through the wall.
Yeah, and then poof, Wolverine just got. Oh, don't just stand there, you ape! Help me up.
Yeah,
no, actually, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much. My thoughts. I overall loved this trailer. I think this is going to be one of the best superhero movies of the year, no doubt about it. But Lorenzo, what did you think?
I liked it. I just don't like how they didn't show the Wolverine costume, as if we already haven't seen.
We've already seen it,
I know.
which sucks. You know, it sucks that we have already seen it and we can't get that like surprise. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, that's the other thing is we've already seen it. Just show us Hugh Jackman. That's the only reason people want to go see this movie. But
it's Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
But at the same time, I get why they did it, because there are people out there that probably don't even know.
Yeah, that don't have the internet or have Twitter or have anything they know.
They're just chilled and they saw the trailer and like, oh, okay.
Oh, damn. Oh, they doing it.
But I think if people don't know about leaks and they watch that trailer and they just see the Wolverine, the claws come out and the yellow and blue, they probably were freaking out going, "Huh? What do you mean he's back? Like, I thought he wasn't back." Because a lot of people told me Hugh Jackman isn't coming back, and I was like, again, money makes people talk. It's the right money. It's got to be the right script. It's got to be how you're going to honor this character. Because people are already online going, they ruined Logan. Why are they bringing him back? Listen, they announced it. They had a video where they said they're not touching Logan. It's completely separate. Logan is its own thing.
It's a variant. It's its own thing.
Variant. This Wolverine, as much as we know, it's a whole different Wolverine. compared to what we've seen before.
Mhm.
Hugh Jackman said this one's angrier. He's much more brutal.
Yeah.
He's a much more uncaged version of Wolverine. That we're gonna see in
Which is what we love.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
it is what we love. It
That's
is
what we love. I mean, we can love. I mean, Logan. We can still we still like Logan. It was a good
Oh
movie.
yeah, Logan is one of the best comic book movies of all time.
Exactly.
I'll admit, I cry every time I watch that movie because, man, the way Wolverine dies is so brutal.
So brutal. It's brutal enough that that made Deadpool make a joke out of it in the opening of its second movie.
I will say, the opening of Logan does have the best joke because they didn't show it; they kept it a secret.
Oh, I love
when
it.
you sat down. Because even my dad goes, "Huh, that's not Wolverine. Like, who is that?" And unveils the hood, and it's Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool going into a telephone booth.
And they played the Superman theme song. Nice outfit. Zip it, Stanley.
Zip it, Stanley.
Or no, he hears the gunshot first, then stops and looks around.
Oh,
I just want to know how they did that, how they came up with that, because that was brilliant how they kept that a secret. I remember went to go see it, and people were like, "How was Logan?" I was like, "Oh, you're gonna love the opening." They're like, they're like, "Well, what is like the context?" And go, "I can't tell you what the context is. Like, you have to experience this one."
Ryan Reynolds and 20th Century Fox and Marvel and Hugh Jackman, they work together.
Well, yeah, Kevin Feige has worked with probably all most of these guys at one point.
They already know what they were doing. They knew feeling that Deadpool Wolverine were going to get back together because they were always teasing. Because remember the way he goes, and I was thinking really hard in the Deadpool lore, what people wanted. Hey Hugh, yeah, you want to play Wolverine again? Yeah, sure
thing.
Sure,
Right?
And then of course the eye wink.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
I will always love you.
I think the marketing is going to be excellent for this movie. They already have an idea of what they want to do. Because in Hugh Jackman's post, he says it's not an origins story. And I was like, it's like this man already knows that movie was a horrible movie and he's going to make fun of it.
Wolverine and an asshole. That's I love that one.
Wolverine and asshole.
I mean, even during the pandemic, do you guys remember the web video? It was 20 years of X-Men, and then Ryan Reynolds pops
in the Zoom meeting,
and then it becomes 10 year. I'm like, there's something going on. There has to be something.
It was like, oh hey guys, like 20 years of X-Men. They're like, who's this on the call? And it's of course the Ian McKellen leaves and then Patrick Stewart leaves because they don't want
stock. I got a Star Trek reunion.
Sabretooth's like X-Men Origins.
Yeah, X-Men Origins.
And that's the best joke. But no, what also made, and this is what I tell people, I like Deadpool 2 much better than the first one.
Yep.
It's the joke when he's in X Mansion in the wheelchair wheeling around for like the 5 minutes. And he's like, where are all the X-Men? Like, I made more money than those movies. Like, why can't we get anything? And they're in the other room and they shut the door because they don't want anything to do with them. I was like, you can't do that one. He's right. His movies have made more money than your movies. But that was a tease towards Dark Phoenix, and no one knew about that because Jean Grey was not in that room.
Yeah.
And I remember someone pointing that out, and I was like, "Huh, that's strange." And then I saw the Dark Phoenix, I was like, "Son of a bitch!" It's like, here we go again.
And
because Simon Kinberg doesn't know X-Men. Thank Lord Christ.
But I'm gonna say my favorite part of Deadpool 2 was during the mid-credit scene where he's going around time changing. There's the crappy looking Deadpool from the first
Origins Wolverine,
and you get. So
it's funny how he called that one too.
Guess you finally figured out how to shut you up. Claws up.
Pull it to the head. That was my favorite joke.
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch. Just clean up the timeline.
And that's Buddy Wade calls you. What is it if your buddy Ryan calls you in a few years? Pick up the phone and say yes.
Yes.
And
you're gonna hang up the claws, and that's gonna make a lot of people very sad. Eventually, your old pal Wade's gonna get you back in the game, and when he does, say yes. Oh,
what was the other good one? Oh, my favorite.
The Green Lantern one.
Oh, the Green Lantern one is so funny. Just because people know that movie was shit too.
Canada.
You're welcome, Canada. And then the one where he goes back in time and almost kills baby Hitler.
I'm so mad they cut that scene. They didn't have They should have the balls and kept that scene.
Well,
that was so funny.
Let's get to it. Let's get to the dirt. Let's get to the main part of it. Is okay. The TVA have come after Wade.
Yes.
All right. So
we know why.
Know why.
And I found out people on Twitter did not watch the ending of Deadpool 2. And that's surprising because it's still part of the movie. It's not when the credits roll yet, but they kind of start. But I've been telling people, I was like, listen, go watch Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 is going to have a lot to do with this movie. And you think it does.
Okay, so let's get to this. All right. So because Steph, so Deadpool 3 trailer reaction and review. What did you think of it?
Well, I freaked out.
Obviously, everyone did.
I think Deadpool 3 is going to save Marvel.
Yes,
that is true.
But I'm just really excited for it in general. It's a few months away, and it's gonna come around really fast. And the Easter eggs are really, really cool. Especially the last one with the Secret Wars comic in the last frame of the. I know Blue is very excited for that because it was a Doctor Doom cover, Secret Wars, right, Blue?
Yeah, I literally pulled out the comic as soon as I saw the thing on Twitter.
Blue's like, finally.
How cool would it be? How cool would it be if that was the way they actually introduced, God Doom? Actually, I'd be like, wow, okay. Just using
Blue. How would you react to that?
I don't know how I'd feel, honestly. I don't think it's such a to put such an iconic character in just for a few seconds. I feel like he needs more screen time.
Oh yeah, for a few seconds, no. But like if they had like Doctor Doom, even if it was like the old Doctor Doom from the old Fantastic Four movies, just made like a cameo, but he's in like his like gear. Like
yeah, I'd like that. That'd be fun.
Just gets killed off.
Yeah,
just gets killed off. I mean, like it'd be really hard to kill him, but
I'd rather hope the one we see get killed off right away is the Fan Four Stick one.
Toby
being wiped out by the.
That'd be extremely funny.
But it's definitely going to be an homage to the whole 20th Century Fox Marvel universe, but also to it is definitely going to play homage to the Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. But the question is that okay, now we know how Deadpool enters the MCU. The TVA grabs him, and when you see the shots of Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, and
it's not confirmed though. But like it's speculated that it could be, or it could just be a random forest with a lot of snow.
Could be Canada.
Could be Canada.
Could be Canada.
We know Ryan loves Canada. He is Canadian.
You're welcome, Canada.
Both of them are Canadian, right?
Hugh Jackman, no, he's Australian.
Yes.
Oh, he's
Or
Australian.
New Zealand. Maybe I don't know.
He's
Australian.
Australian.
He's Australian.
Australia.
Oh shoot.
But Wolverine and Deadpool are Canadian.
That's why Deadpool to the Australians say he's got nice pit of bad criminals down under.
I like that we're gonna be seeing the variants.
Oh, and the Patch one.
Patch. I was like, oh.
Well, they're saying that's not Hugh Jackman. That's supposed to be Daniel Radcliffe, apparently.
And then Taron Egerton's supposed to be
showing up.
Supposed to show up as a variant too.
And I heard we're only supposed to be seeing 3 variants of Wolverine, but we're gonna see a bunch of just Deadpool variants, just because it's a Deadpool. So I wouldn't.
Samurai.
There's one supposedly we actually saw Lady Deadpool,
who might be played by
his wife.
His wife?
No, I keep hearing Taylor Swift as Lady Deadpool.
Oh, jeez.
I heard Blake Lively
Either
too.
she's Deadpool or she's a Dazzler.
Yeah, she's one of the two.
Both.
Because, like how you said, they've always wanted her in X-Men Apocalypse for Dazzler. It goes back to that long ago.
I'm excited to hear that there, the rumors of Channing Tatum as Gambit. Like we get to see that Gambit.
Oh.
I hated Channing Tatum as Gambit. I hated that idea.
Okay.
But I low key will be fine if he showed up in this movie as Gambit, because as like a one-off kind of thing,
What does Wade mean by it's been a rough couple of years? Maybe him and Vanessa broke up or having a couple problems.
It's either when they broke up, they were having the baby and she lost the baby, which that would make a lot of sense, and then that would cause them to
split apart.
Yeah, but also too, you got to remember, like half those characters are dead.
Yeah.
And then he goes back and saves
Shatterstar?
them. So,
Yeah.
Shatterstar and
Peter
or Boo Bear.
Yeah, I think
Friggin-
too. Yeah, because all the other characters were not in that shot.
And I hope he said Brad Pitt.
Well, so that's the
Fair,
funny thing
yeah.
about when she says like if Channing Tatum shows up, they all have a habit of cameoing now in each other's movies. So if you watch Bullet Train, Ryan Reynolds and Channing Tatum both show up in that movie.
Really, I didn't know Ryan Reynolds show up in Bullet Train.
He shows up at the end,
Yeah.
like when it's like, all right, who is Carter, and it reveals who Carter is, and it's director.
Yeah.
And then Channing Tatum was just the guy in the train where he's like, "Hey man, you want to make a quick $200?" And he's like, "Oh, is this a sex thing?" It's like, "No, it's not a sex thing." Then
Yeah.
Or Brad Pitt. All Brad Pitt wanted was a cup of coffee, and he would be in Deadpool 2. That's what he did. Got his cup of coffee.
Yeah, that reveal is funny when he was Vanisher.
And he
Electrocuted.
Are you kidding me?
Who are you guys hoping to see in Deadpool 3? What's the one character you're really hoping to see in Deadpool 3?
I had originally I thought there was rumors that Nicolas Cage would be coming back as Ghost Rider in that movie.
There has been the rumor. Lorenzo, what would be your character?
I'm gonna go on a realistic one here. I think he called Halle Berry.
Okay.
I think they got her in this somewhere.
Wancho, who do you think? Who do you think?
Chris Evans as Human Torch. They're gonna play the Captain America theme, and then it's gonna be like, "Flame on, huh? Who are you?"
He's gonna say, "Yeah, Captain."
That'd be really funny, actually.
Oh God, that reminds me of that Soups tour I saw years ago, where he's like a portal opens and it's Chris Evans, but he says "Flame on."
John
And it's gonna be like,
Krasinski.
yeah,
Mr.
we got Captain America, and then he says it like, "Oh, come on."
John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, we've already seen that in Multiverse.
Blue, who would you like to see?
Anna Paquin Rogue.
Ha!
Wow,
But like, give her like a really good costume.
Okay.
I don't think the costume will do it. Okay, not saying she's a bad actor, but like I don't think the costume will save much.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's a bad. No hate to the actress.
I don't
But,
think you hate
like,
her.
No, she wasn't a very good adaptation of the character, I guess.
And Bagley as Reed.
Winning actress.
Bagley?
Yay, who would you like to see in Deadpool 3?
I got 3.
Darwin.
If they was to do Darwin, I would love that, but no, he's already dead. Yeah, he's already dead. I don't think they're gonna do that, but either Scott, Halle Berry, Rogue, that's a Rogue. Oh my God, Storm, or Ben Affleck. Daredevil.
It's okay. The dude who plays Darwin is going to be in Superman Legacy.
And then,
and he Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, he's going to be Mr. Terrific, which that's interesting. I
Interesting.
can't wait to see the giant table read photo in 2 to 3 weeks.
and Steph, who would you love to see in Deadpool 3?
I honestly have to go with James Marsden Cyclops because he got killed off, and then that was it.
Got killed off.
He really didn't have any big role in the X-Men movies, and he was one of the main characters. He was all Wolverine.
Well, you know the reason why they killed him off, right?
I read about it, but I forgot what it was. I just read about it the other day.
It was Superman. They asked him to be Superman. So Brian Singer brought him over. So Fox said, "All right, if you're gonna just like kind of be shitty towards us, we can just shut up the character. Like we don't have a problem with it."
Let's see Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern.
Fuck
Legal issue.
I feel like
I got the best cameo. It would make sense of Ryan Reynolds. You guys ready?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Be Andrew Garfield. I'd love to see Andrew Garfield with Ryan Reynolds. That's Spider-Man.
Thomas Jane Punisher.
Thomas Jane Punisher, but in real point, Andrew Garfield.
I feel like Andrew Garfield might be more harder because Sony is going to be like, "Oh, we want the money."
But Ryan and Andrew. I mean, Ryan and Andrew shared a kiss at the Oscars.
So you think that'll convince him?
Yeah, when Ryan Gosling won his award, he's like, "If Ryan wins, you and I are gonna kiss each other." Okay, so it'd be awesome to see, and Ryan knows how much people want to see Spider-Man in Deadpool.
Ooh, I thought of a good one. A lot of people don't know about.
What?
Leonardo DiCaprio Spider-Man.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Whoa.
But that'd be different.
Yeah, go into your history before Tobey Maguire came out. Here's Leonardo DiCaprio supposed to play Spider-Man.
Or what about Tom Cruise Iron Man?
You're going. We'll see that
Yeah,
more.
we'll see that in Secret Wars. I feel like they're gonna get him.
I'd like to see the original Fantastic Four. I actually just rewatched the original Fantastic Four. God, that movie still holds up today.
Still holds up the first one?
Mm-hmm.
What about Silver Surfer? Does that movie still hold up or not?
I have to rewatch that one.
That one's fun. But
I
the
think,
original.
guaranteed to bet is Patrick Stewart. I know they did it with Multiverse of Madness, but
I would love. I know
That'd be
Patrick
cool to see
Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Stewart's like in almost every X-Men movie at this point. Ian McKellen will be Magneto. He'll be back.
Nah, we already saw Leo Spider-Man and Multiverse of Madness.
Why is it the
No, we
only
didn't.
chat that popped up in the video?
I think Juan keeps highlighting Cody's messages on
yeah,
his
he's got the
Oh.
best ones. He's got the funny.
No, we didn't see Leo Spider-Man.
No, we did not. No, we
He's
didn't.
messing with our memory.
We didn't see that one.
I don't recall seeing a Spider-Man in the Multiverse of Madness.
But Ben Affleck in the Daredevil outfit, that's like the same chance of Andrew Garfield.
Isn't
Possibly.
that a Sony movie too?
No, that's 20th Century Fox.
Oh.
But
we are
more,
getting Jennifer Gardner.
but more of
Yeah, she's
Matt Murdock.
confirmed.
Yeah, she got confirmed by the production company. And I think when someone asked her, she goes, "Oh, am I allowed to talk about this now?"
Yeah, hold on, what's this? I don't know.
Did anyone see David Corzette in the Twister? Oh yeah, you were excited for Twisters.
I love the first Twister. It's just a fun movie. But how do you think you get? Okay, as we wrap up this Deadpool trailer, how do you guys think this is gonna end? How do you think this is gonna be the way that Deadpool just enters the MCU, or do you think there's gonna be a rift in the TVA and they're gonna keep them locked up for the Secret Wars?
I mean, it depends on if this movie takes place before Loki season 2 or after.
Let's go. Let's say after. Let's right now. Let's just theorize it's after.
I'm gonna
So if it's after, it is after. So all the branches exist. So he either, I don't know. So Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. I'm assuming he's going to do that with the Fox Universe, and based off of what we've seen with the Fox logo in the whatever it's called. I'm assuming that timeline has been got like
Cowboy
cleansed.
Yes.
So I don't know, because I thought like by the end of the movie, before I saw the trailer, he kills the Fox universe and then that's it. And now it seems like he kills the Fox universe early on, or maybe the fight with him and Wolverine is towards the end of the movie. I don't know. No idea.
I think he's gonna make a big boo boo, and it's gonna go.
I have a strong theory. It's one I heard a while ago, but it makes sense. So I have a thing that he'll mess up so bad, the TVA just won't even want to lock him up, and they're just gonna dump them in the 616 and be like, "All right, this is this Earth's problem. We gotta go fix where we gotta go get. Let's go recruit someone else who actually can probably." Because here's the thing, we haven't seen this character Paradox before. I think this is a new original character that we haven't seen yet. And it's the TVA, so I'm guessing it's before, and they're just not talking about Deadpool's screw up.
It's a variant of Mobius. He's the one that he's talking to is a variant of Mobius, supposedly. That's what I've heard.
Interesting. But then again, I do have another theory. Because it decided to only show footage from Age of Ultron, Winter Soldier, and Ragnarok. Is it before? Like, are we going to see like a period of time still just before pre-Endgame? Like, is that like, Deadpool going to see how everything ends, and he's going to be like, you know what? Dump me in this universe at the end. I want to go watch Tony Stark snap his fingers. And we're going to see him set up like a little lawn chair just and then eat popcorn as it all happens. It's going to go, damn, this hit me on a monitor, but now it's hitting me in person. And then he's going to like just leave. He's going to go watch this part.
You have to see it like what he was looking at in the TVA when it showed like all the scenes from each Marvel project. If they leave any of them out, or if they leave like specific ones in, because I mean it could be that Deadpool 3 takes place before Endgame.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes place like right after Deadpool 2 ends.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it's going towards.
Well, he said it's been a rough couple of years, so it has to be a few years after Deadpool 2 ends, right?
Yeah. Which, and a lot of people always forget, the TVA does take place outside of time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
the whole MCU itself does not constrict the TVA on operating.
It's we've broken the
Because remember,
barriers.
when they pulled
Multiverse.
Loki from 2012,
Mhm.
they showed Loki his end. Stuff is already written, so they can see up until everyone's end.
Then it changed.
So if you're seeing just the main stuff, like the main events, like Age of Ultron, the destruction of Asgard, the bigger events,
Mhm.
that's what they're going to try and focus on. And then he's going to be like, oh, well, you know, I kind of want to go see. So these events never happened in my universe. I want to go see these events play out because they look fun. And if they're already dying and the universe is already ending, me going there and messing with them will have no effect on anything. So I won't have to worry about leaving a footprint. And that's where we'll get the he kills the wrongs universes because of incursions and all that stuff. And it's going to be fun.
I want a scene between She-Hulk and Deadpool where Wade notices her talking to the audience and be like,
you see them too.
You see them
that
too?
Would be great.
The one that I would love to see Deadpool meet Kevin.
Kevin Feige.
Find out that Kevin, once again, that Kevin has been behind everything, and Deadpool kills Kevin this time.
Here's the thing.
Give me a fist bump on that.
Here's the thing. I think they're gonna show Kevin, and he's gonna be like, no. Where's Kevin Feige at? That's when we'll see him actually go into Kevin Feige's office and just sit down and make himself at home.
Or what about Bob Iger? Wouldn't it be funny if he kills Bob Iger?
When Disney bought Fox, that was a picture. Ryan Reynolds posted was.
Him getting arrested at Disneyland.
No, it was Deadpool heading to Disneyland in a school bus with the Mickey Mouse ears. That'd be kind of cool if they do it. This movie's going to be very bonkers and crazy. It's going to be very multiversal, but it's going to be it's going to be the movie that's going to connect to the big movie eventually, which
I heard.
Yep.
So whatever happens, because he's going to be part of the Secret Wars team.
Well, that's what they're saying now. I guess Feige was like, "Oh, hey Hugh, hey Ryan, I could pay you more money. You guys want to be in Secret Wars now and have fun with this?"
Yeah, there's gonna be three. They're gonna do the 3 OGs that are gonna be the Secret Wars team. They're supposed to be the leaders of the TVA team. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is gonna be the leader, and then Deadpool's just there like he always is, and it's gonna be something funny.
Yeah.
That's how I see Deadpool as a character. Is you can just drop him into anything and he's just there, and he doesn't need to know what's going on. Just hey, I can go cause trouble. All right, peace out. I'll meet up with you guys in a bit. He's like that side character that disappears for an hour and just comes back, and they have this whole lore of what they did. That's what Deadpool basically is to me in the MCU. Hey, we're with Spider-Man now, with the Fantastic Four. Hey, I'm gonna go off and do my own thing. See you guys all in 3 hours. BRB. And he's back, and you just see a trail of explosions, bodies all left behind him. He's just that character you can do stuff with, and it just won't. You don't have to make sense of it.
But wrapping everything up, what was probably the biggest Marvel news for you guys this week? So I'm gonna go around the table. We'll go with Wancho first.
I'd say Fantastic Four. I didn't expect it personally. The casting, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jay.
Jay.
Or to Jay? No.
Good
Jay.
Take. Good take.
What was the biggest Marvel news you think that dropped this week?
Okay, good talk. Blue, you're up.
Deadpool 3.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello. I kept saying it.
All right, what was the biggest Marvel news you think this week?
But I was gonna say probably Fantastic Four too. It was very unexpected. It came out of left field.
Yep.
Steph.
You expect me to say X-Men, right?
We're expecting you to say it, but
obviously.
No, I actually have to say we were expecting Deadpool 3. We were expecting an X-Men trailer sometime soon, but Fantastic Four I was not expecting. Everyone else was saying.
Makes sense.
So I think I think Fantastic Four, because that was the most unexpected announcement this week. But that being said, I'd have to say like X-Men 97 I'm very hyped for, very excited about, because we were getting closer and closer to like the release date or supposed release time, and we had nothing yet. So that one I'm super happy about.
Lorenzo.
I'm gonna say Fantastic Four because everyone knows I kept complaining like, all right, you've heard nothing on this movie. Is this movie still happening? Like, did they sign people? Like, what is going on with this damn movie? Like, I don't want to talk about this until I know stuff is in place, confirmed. Like, we have a confirmed casting and actually kind of know the theme of it. And also, the logo surprised me. The theme, like where it's taking place, the 60s. Like, that's a big surprise. I didn't think they were going to do that. But, yeah, that's a Fantastic Four.
John?
Well, first it was Deadpool 3, which I was really excited for. And Valentine's Day, the Fantastic Four definitely stole the show for me because, like Lorenzo said, we heard very much nothing about this film. No cast until, poof, we got a little Valentine's Day gift from Marvel where we did finally get the theme, the cast, which looks awesome. I'm not going to lie.
It's a great poster.
Yeah, their costumes are great
What
for
about
the
you,
time
Adam?
period that they're in.
X-Men 97. The reason is this. The toys, the shirts were coming out. It was all coming out, and it was like, okay, I haven't seen a trailer, I haven't seen a poster. I've heard it's supposed to come out this summer. I've heard of, and then the rumor of it coming out. Then the date came idea, and then all of a sudden Marvel just dropped the trailer and the poster. And I was like, all right, here we go. The Fantastic Four, we have seen it on Twitter. There was rumors. It was that was the biggest rumor, and then Deadpool 3 we were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But no, X-Men 97. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait for the nostalgia. Welcome everyone to Marvel Studios Mutant Year. This is the mutant. It's time for the mutants.
And here's the fun part about today. The week's still not even over. We still have tomorrow to get through.
I don't think they're gonna drop anything tomorrow.
They could do Blade. They could do Thunderbolts.
They could do a Blade announcement, a Thunderbolts announcement. Because now Thunderbolts moved up to May.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four was supposed to be May, and now that got. I have no faith in that movie.
No one
I'm being
cares.
honest. I
About
have
this.
no faith in Thunderbolts.
Bro, I got the Goat Red Guardian. What do you mean?
I don't care about Red Guardian.
But
if I just want to watch someone act like Red Guardian, I just go watch Captain America.
But before we are getting ready to wrap the show as everybody's leaving, what did you guys think of the new photos that Todd Phillips posted of the new Joker 2? Are you guys excited? Does this look very cinema, very like master, like a Broadway, like a musical almost? Like anyone see the photos?
I mean, I didn't see the pictures, so I can't really say anything about it.
I love them.
Yeah,
same as the first movie.
I like the black and white one of Joker and Harley dancing. I was like, okay, this is very Phantom of Opera. Almost.
Yeah, this movie looks very dark. But that's
is DCU still here? I think he saw the photos and he was liking it. I think a lot of people saw the photos and liked it. But here's the thing: you got to give me something different.
Hopefully,
because the first movie was a good psychological breakdown of just someone just spiraling down. This one, if it's two people going spiraling down,
it'll be about love. It'll be about toxic love. Okay. That trailer drops in April, just to let you all know.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
They drop any Spider-Man news? No.
Nope.
I don't plan on seeing Spider for a while.
Right now, Spider-Man is Spider-Man is divorced right now between mommy and daddy. You got Sony screwing up universes, and then you got Marvel wanting to save him. So Spider-Man's in a very much in a divorce state, much in a divorce thing right now. So we'll see what happens with Spider-Man.
Right.
But I can't wait for this weekend. I'm gonna go see Madam Web.
Sure.
Yeah, me too.
Where you have an alcoholic beverage to help get you through this movie.
You're seeing it tonight, I heard.
Yeah, in an hour.
In an hour, are you excited? You are so excited. I can tell.
Movie of the year.
Are you seeing Madam Web?
Look at that face. That is the face of an excited man right
Yeah,
there.
dude.
Jay, you seen Madam Web?
No.
Steph, are you seen Madam Web?
This Friday.
Oh, I pray for your soul on that one.
I have to see why it's so bad. I saw Morbius in theaters, so.
As for me,
I had the drink while watching it, and I finished in 10 minutes and then passed out.
Me?
I know Blue will see it for Sydney.
Hell no.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one rule: no one walks out. Everyone has to suffer.
Everyone has to suffer. You're not allowed to walk out of this movie. It's not. Oh my god.
I don't.
I can't talk about it. It's just bad, man. It's bad.
If you guys really want to know what it's like, I guess John can't be like spoil the crap out of it. The lines I heard are cringy and acting is very wood. And
it's stale. They're all act like super one-dimensional.
Can't wait.
It's like, oh god.
I can't wait.
Just for a heads up, you're gonna need a lot of booze.
Oh yeah, booze is a need for this movie. So if I could go back
Drink
like
up,
yesterday, go to a
we
different
are
theater,
go
with alcohol, I
home.
would. Listen, if you think Batman and Robin is bad, you haven't seen this movie yet.
Nothing can beat the Fantastic.
This movie might have beaten it, but again, that movie's not as bad as this movie.
Okay.
By how many White Claws am I gonna need?
White Claws?
White Claws aren't powerful enough. I've tried.
I tried.
like, I need
I'd
something.
say the strongest drink, probably. Maybe Killian's.
That's not strong enough.
No.
You need more.
You need more.
Honestly, you need more.
Get the strongest drink.
I went to go see it with non-comic book fans, and they're like, "Oh my god, we loved it! It was so good." I was like, "Okay." But I hated this piece of shit.
Inside, you ate it the most.
All right.
There's such a White Claws.
Yeah,
It's because I'm Cody. Here's alcohol. He comes back.
All right,
But, I feel like we've reached the end of this episode today. Anything we don't talk about, we'll have to do another episode and talk about it before.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's going to be fun. Steph, thanks for joining us, like always, taking time out of your very busy schedule, talking about X-Men 97 today. To come
Yeah, of course.
We know you were crying, going, "This is the most beautiful thing I've seen," and I've been staring at it for 5 hours.
I've watched it like 10 times.
Yeah, I'm at 5, and every time the opening with the small television, I go, yeah,
So
this
good.
is so nostalgia.
So good. I miss box TVs.
Yeah, I know. I miss them. They were great. The little VHS player in it.
Yeah.
Steph, are you picking up Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 2 next week?
Absolutely. Actually, that reminds me. I should probably add it to my poll list.
Maybe I'll go to the comic store tomorrow and find myself Ultimate Spider-Man.
All right.
I think the second
Excellent.
And Ultimate X-Men's coming out in March, so.
Oh, is that March? I thought it was coming out this month.
I was referring to the first issue, by the way.
Is it this month? Maybe? I don't know. I thought it was
Yeah.
March. Could be this month.
Yeah, just message me if you find out the date. I know people are getting excited for that.
Before you go, what comics do you recommend people should be reading?
For like X-Men or
just in general, what have you been reading that you think that the audience should be reading?
Well, definitely Ultimate Spider-Man. I couldn't pick up Ultimate Black Panther because I totally forgot about that comic.
Yeah, it sold out. That's one.
It did. My shop didn't have that many copies. I guess in general they didn't have many copies to print. So I'll give you like some comics if you want to prep for like X-Men 97 or whatnot. Definitely read the 90s X-Men run if you want to read something before X-Men 97. Also, I definitely recommend reading just Uncanny X-Men in general. Like, you can start from the very beginning. You can start when Chris Claremont came on. Just any Chris Claremont book is just really, really good. He's like the godfather of the X-Men. I literally told that to his face. I was like, You're honestly like the godfather of the X-Men. I hope you know that. And he just like laughed at that. But yeah, I would highly recommend X-Men #1 90s run for the 97 show coming out. And also some of like the early 2000s stuff is very good too. And if you want to like something for Rogue, I don't remember if it was her first or second run that was really good. It's been a long time since I read that run, but her individual like solo run comics were very good. Might have been her second one where her story was like pretty good.
I think,
but yeah,
you also said Rogan Gambit was pretty good.
Rogan Gambit was great.
The 2018 Rogan Gambit, yeah, really good. Which sucks because like the Rogan Gambit that came out last year sucked. So, but yeah, I'd recommend those comics for X-Men stuff.
All right. And where can everyone find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube as well. They're just my first and last name. I could literally just put it in the chat too, if it would be easier. Oh, I gotta connect my YouTube to comment. I will. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I've been like not as active on my platforms recently because I've been working a lot. I'm a production associate for a small video company near me, so I've just been doing a lot of work. But yeah, I will leave my stuff in the comments. There's that. There's my Twitter. I think my Twitter and TikTok are the same.
Yeah. But, now that the strike's over, you can get back to work, or that's been over. You've been getting back to work a little bit and having fun.
Yeah, literally. So that's that's been really nice doing that. Oh, this comment has failed to post to Culture Shock. Oh, well, I mean, oh well. Y'all can just find me on Instagram and Twitter.
She's tagged in the photo. She's tagged in the stuff. I'll make sure
exactly. I'm tagged in the
supporter, follower. So she comes back again.
Yeah.
We'll know she'll be coming back when we all want to go review X-Men 97. I'll make that a big thing that everyone talk about and review.
Yeah, I expect to be pretty busy when X-Men 97 comes out. Probably. I'm hoping they do like an event for X-Men 97 like they did like for What If. They did like a few episodes they showed. So I'm hoping they do something like that.
Yeah. What do we think the premiere is going to be for? Do you think they're going to show 1 episode or 2 episodes?
2 episodes.
2 probably.
Yeah. I think for What If they showed 2 episodes. The first 2.
It'll be the first 2 episodes. The greatest scene is that you guys won't have to keep watching the first 2 episodes for almost a year because that was what happened with the original X-Men. They only showed the Night of the Sentinels Part 1, Part 2 for a while, and then finally Enter Magneto came in.
Well, do you think they're gonna pull a What If and drop them every day, or just drop them?
I hope it's once a week.
No, once a week, definitely.
That will give you a very big nostalgia because now you have to wait.
And we'll get subscribed.
Yeah. If only they would release it on Saturday mornings.
Oh, that would be great.
Awesome.
I would love to see that. That Saturday morning cartoon.
The best thing about oh, thanks, Cody. The best thing about during COVID watching the Disney Plus shows coming out was like waking up in the morning and like watching WandaVision.
Yes.
I felt like I was a kid again because I was staying home, right? Couldn't go anywhere. And I was just waking up early and having my breakfast, sitting on the couch and watching WandaVision. It felt so good.
Yeah. I feel like they'll do Saturday.
That'd be awesome.
They'll pitch hey, let's drop it on Saturday morning.
That'd be great. That would be so nostalgic to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially to a lot of people.
Because then you get the crowd like you who's off on the weekends, adults who are off on the weekends who used to watch the show going, oh, I can watch the Saturday morning and introduce my kids to the X-Men.
We'll get our fruit. We'll get our Fruit Loops. We'll get our Cinnamon Toast Crunch, our Lucky Charms.
Just watch
I would eat Reese's Puffs, just a bowl of Reese's Puffs. Just snack on them.
Listen, I'm all about the mini wheats now.
Hey man, Don't knock Reese's Puffs anymore. They're good.
No. All right.
Beat it with a chopper.
We need to cancel Vulcan Blue. All right, what do you do this time? It's always Cody or Blue doing something.
What happened?
Surprise with you two.
You're Blue.
What'd I do?
I don't know.
Dr.
Cody
Blue.
says we gotta cancel you.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
But all right, guys, this has been the February Super Bowl edition of the Shock Talk Culture Shock vs. Nerds Lair with our special guest referee and stuff cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
So who won?
We weren't really clear on that.
Should have had flags.
Yeah, we should have had flags on the play. Safe to say our special guest won. She took out everyone.
Took down everyone.
Well, this was really fun, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
Hey, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah, I loved talking anything Marvel, so especially talking about 97 in the trailer. So it was a good time to have this podcast.
Oh, it was a really good time. You
So-
scary about how I had to text Blue this morning going, I need the poster changed now. Which, fun fact, I think I showed a few people. My parents were watching the news like a few hours ago. X-Men 97 made local headlines that it was back.
Really?
And I'm like, the trailer hasn't been out for 24 hours and it's already made local news.
It was
That's impressive.
It was on Fox News. Yeah, it was the return of
It was the
nostalgia.
revival.
It was return of nostalgia for kids.
Yeah,
for 90s
that's
kids.
what it is. Nostalgia. That's what it's feeding into.
It's the power of comics.
Yeah.
Power of cartoons, everything.
Listen, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be enjoying animated series again. I'm looking forward to this new generation of kids. Hopefully, they'll get to witness the new generation of animated series.
Yep.
But
Fox News reporting X-Men is so meta.
it's so insanely weird. Because like I said, it hasn't been 24 hours. This trailer's been live. So my dad was sitting there watching TV. He goes, "Oh, aren't you guys talking about this tonight?" I go, "Wait, what?" It's just X-Men 97 revival of the 90s. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, all right. It's like, all right, maybe I've been too harsh on the X-Men in recent years. I should actually watch the show.
You gotta remember
Yeah,
too,
you should.
like Steph said, it says all these people that are news anchors now, they were kids they were kids in the 90s. So we're gonna talk about stuff that we grew up, like Jay Towers. He talks about Superman. He loves his Superman.
But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
I think we've held up everyone here long enough tonight. Steph wants to go finish her food. Probably if she hasn't.
Cold. It's probably really cold.
Yeah, Jay. Juan's got to go see Madam Web. So
Yeah, wish me luck.
Text me when you're done.
Yeah,
Text us
if
when
I
you're
make it out.
Blue. Dr. Blue's been here.
Dr. Blue of Doom. That's what I'm calling him.
Dr. Blue Doom.
Dr. Bloom.
Victor Von Blue.
Bloom.
And of course,
Victor Von Bloom.
The thicker J.
We got JJ Jonah.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Partner.
J. Money Jameson.
Thanks again for joining us tonight. It's always a
Thanks.
It's always an honor, big honor when she says, "Yes, I'll come." And I'm like, "Okay." All right, guys. We'll see y'all next month. Same date, March 15th, playing for the big one. We're gonna have fun with it. That's probably before.
I'm shy,
a few days
Blue.
before X-Men, or we might push it to the X-Men premiere.
That's fine.
We'll probably hold off until X-Men 97 premiere, and then we'll talk about that first episode.
See all the news.
Yeah, we'll see all the news. But until then, guys, hope you had fun on this one. I feel like we all had a great time on this one. Everyone was having a blast. But until then, we'll talk to you guys soon. Nerds Lair dropping an episode every week talking about the most insane random movies you've probably never seen in comic book movie history with Punisher and all those fun stuff. So give them their support on their videos. Other than that, I've been Lorenzo. That's been John. That's been Adam. That's been Juan. That's been Jay. That's been Blue. And our special guest stuff. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you guys
later.
Later.